Okay, so here we are, video number 5. I'm pretty sure it's number 5. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more things. We're gonna do deep, open, gross wounds. I'm gonna do one with nose and scar wax, and I'm gonna do one with the latex and tissue paper. Now remember, I used the Elmer's glue before in video number 4 and 3 to cover up the eye. But so this time around I'm going to use latex. If you're not using latex, if you have an allergy, use the glue the same way, which I'm now going to put a cap on so that it doesn't go everywhere and ruin everything. I personally, I mean, I like latex a lot, so I'm not, if you are not allergic to latex, I encourage you to use the liquid latex. If you are, you're going to be just as happy with the results. I just think that the liquid latex is a little more pliable, but it's not a big thing. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so liquid latex time. Remember what I said. You have to sacrifice a paintbrush, which I ended up using that paintbrush for my blood. So hang tight a second while I clean that off, because that's not gonna work being like that. If you got the makeup kit, I do believe you have that little bottle of liquid latex and it has like that little dinky brush attached to the inside of the lid. You can use that, that's fine. It's not gonna, that's totally gonna work out just fine. I haven't mentioned this before, but between, like, if I'm just doing like a quick clean on my brushes, I will usually use makeup wipes. But you should make sure that you're doing a full, really good clean of your makeup brushes after you use them every time. So yeah. Okay, so liquid latex time. So I'm gonna do a couple different liquid latex cut things. This first one up here, I'm just going to, because it's gonna take a while for these things to dry, because that's just the way life works. So we're gonna start off with that guy right there. Then we're gonna take some of our tissue. Remember when we were tearing up our tissue stuff? We're gonna take a couple of those dudes. And we're gonna go ahead and let's just give ourselves a nice deep cut right here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply these guys. We're gonna go over them. And we're going to appreciate that intense smell. I'm gonna put another dude. I am not done yet, sweetheart.
What are you doing now?
I'm gonna make it look like I have these really deep cuts in my face.
Eleanor, where'd you bring the Kerplunk game in here? Let's go. Come on. That's what we're gonna play.
Okay, so we're gonna let those dry, and now we're gonna set our brush aside for right now, maybe for forever, if that turned out. But actually, I'm gonna do one more little dude right here. We're going to okay, the other thing to do is try not to move your face too much once the latex is on there. So I'm gonna try to not do any big expressions, but we'll see how that works out, which I'm gonna guess is gonna be not well. The smell of latex. Okay, so now we're going back to our old friend, Nose and Scar Wax. I'm going to go ahead and put some more of that night cream on my fingers because that actually worked really, really well. So when people give you anti-aging night cream, don't be offended. Save it so that you can use it to apply Nose and Scar Wax to your face. That'll show them. Which also helps combat the smell of the liquid latex, so that's good. Okay, I'll get it later. Where's my weird medical torture tool? There it is. Okay, so we're gonna scoop out this dude, and we're going to roll ourselves a worm. And we're gonna go ahead and apply our friend over here. Okay. We're going to take our torture tool with the sharp pointy. I'm trying to actually stab yourself like I just did, but you want to give yourself a gouge. And then you want to smooth down everything around that. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna clean off my hands. And check on our friend up here. Looking pretty good. So I think this top latex is pretty dry. It's still the tiniest bit tacky, but it's dry enough. So I'm just gonna put some powder over it. You can still see how it's kind of shiny up there. I'm gonna clean off my torture tool because it's just a really handy tool. And I'm gonna cap my latex so I don't spill that either. And then I'm just gonna come up here. I'm gonna kind of pick at it, which sounds gross, and that's fine because we're gonna make it gross. But essentially what we did is we just like put down some fake skin so that we could rip it up. Okay, so now that's nice and gross. We're gonna take a brush and take a thinner brush. I'm gonna do a little bit of black down here. Not too much, but just enough. The other thing too is, especially, you know, like if you're a car accident or fell off a mountain, you're also gonna be dirty, right? Like you're not just gonna be bloody, but you're probably gonna be dirty. So think about that too while you're doing this. Now, you can do this little skin flap deal that we're doing with like huge chunks of skin too, and it's super gross and will look awesome.
Mommy, what are these for?
Oh, that's an art project for you and me to do on Wednesday. Okay, so we got that, right? Got quite the look. Now we're gonna come in and we're gonna add some blood. I'm gonna use this really crappy brush, which I never got to use to show you stippling, so that's okay. It smells so much like chocolate sauce. So, super gross. I have loose skin. Okay, I do believe this is mostly dry, yay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this and this with my foundation, since that's my next step for both. And again, the foundation is just to give us a base layer to work with over here. It's not to try to match our skin. Okay, just because it looks weird, I gotta go back and give a little more tension up here. And hopefully if I get enough up here, it's gonna drip down. And we'll just kind of let that do its thing while we're doing the other stuff. See what happens. Okay, so now we're going on to down here, right? So we're going to do a red again. I'm just gonna do a little bit of red here. Okay, and now I'm gonna come in with my torture tool and I'm gonna pick at my skin some, and really be careful because it's a little sharp and I've stabbed myself several times already now. And it kind of hurts. I had a student who used to do this with a razor blade, and it was always terrifying to watch. Oh no, look at that blood. So good. And I am sorry for the presence of my assistant today. That won't be a regular thing, but sometimes it will happen. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So now I'm going to take my thin brush and I'm going to use my black. And everywhere where I kind of like dug around in here, I'm going to come in. Try again, sweetheart. So right now this obviously looks absolutely terrible and not in the fun way. We got black all over our face. It's super weird. It's okay. Now we're gonna come in with some more red. We're really gonna get in there and figure out what these things are. So essentially, I fell off a mountain and my face got scraped up pretty bad. Maybe I kind of like cheek first into some nice tree trunk and got some really good gouges out of that. And some chocolate sauce blood, just to keep it fresh. Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of violet, just to kind of give some depth to some things. Oh, so I gotta put on warm outfits so I'll stay warm?
Every night.
Every night, okay.
And every day.
And every day.
Got it.
Got it. Thank you. Oh no, you should get Daddy to clean that up.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
So remember too that there's very little chance that you're gonna have this kind of trauma, which is not done, happening here, and have your eye be totally unaffected. Okay, now it's time for blood. Okay.
I'm ready to go to the playground.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna give some more blood from the hairline action.
I'm ready. Oh, it's time to go.
Too drippy, too drippy. Okay, so that is the great tragedy of that side of my face, which is probably going to keep dripping while we go to the other side, so that'll be fun to see what it looks like once we come back to it. But I think probably have some more blood all throughout here. Well, that drip's gone forever now. Where is it going? Not sure. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, sad day. Okay, so I'm gonna stop messing with the side, and now we're gonna go over here. And I put that at a great place to not really be able to see it at all as I'm putting the makeup on, so this will be really exciting. So we're just gonna start off with our little dude. Actually, we're gonna put a little more foundation on. Okay, and now I'm gonna start with our little dude. We're gonna take our purple and we're gonna get into here. Just carry it up a little bit. We're gonna drag it down a little bit too. Okay. Then we're gonna go in with our red. And then we're gonna come out with our blood. So now I have a nice deep little wound right there. Let's get a little more blood in there. Okay, so we have the terrible worst day ever. Now you can get super gross. When you do your zombie, consider this, right? How you can peel your skin away. Ow. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so that is this. I find that you can create like some really gnarly wounds if you want to use your legs or your arms and things like that. It just is very difficult for me to show you that in the video, although I find that those are really easy wounds to do. If you want to do like an elaborate head injury, like have your skull or brains, you do whatever you want. Just keep in mind that there needs to be a reason why you have a wound there. Like, don't just give me a random bruise, you know, right here. That doesn't make any sense. Feel free to play with swollen noses, broken noses, all kinds of things. The world is your oyster, you know. Screw up your face and your body. Do whatever you want. Don't submit research images that are otherwise makeup. Make sure that they're actual injuries. And yeah, I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. This should be awesome. And yeah, later.